I'd like to call to order the regular Lenox Township Board of Trustees meeting, June 3rd, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of meeting agenda. I believe we do need to add one thing, the approval of the budget workshop of May 16th, 2024. I'll make that motion. I have a motion by the chair, seconded by Trustee Gurley.
I need some sound.
From me?
Whoever doesn't have their lights on, please.
I got mine on.
Thank you.
You got yours on? So I have a motion from the chair, seconded by Trustee Gurley. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Connell,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
All right. Item 4, approval of minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes for the regular board meeting on May 13th, 2024, and the budget workshop of May 16th as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Treasurer House, supported by Clerk Fawcett. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Moving on, public announcements. All right. Moving on to public comment, I will remind there is a 3-minute limit if anyone wishes to.
My name is Ariana Welsh, 11299 37 Mile, Romeo, Michigan. For public comment, I want to bring an important issue regarding transparency to the board's attention and the public's attention, especially in our local government. It's essential for our community to be informed and have access to information. Township maintains a website that could easily have more information and complete information on it, remove some doubt out of the taxpayers' minds, and demonstrate the efforts of transparency more efficiently. I have 2 issues to bring to the board's attention during public comment tonight. First, being the meeting minutes from, it was May 1st. Actually, I think it might have been, it looks like we have May 1st and we also have May 16th. That the former clerk, Candell, is listed as a member present. On the May 1st meeting, she was listed as making a motion to close the meeting. The synopsis that was published in the Voice newspaper shows that it was Clerk Lawson that was present. It concerns me which version is correct, particularly because the board approved minutes from May 1st that were posted to the township website and just approved the ones tonight that have the previous clerk on them. So I ask that the board address this matter, correct the minutes, and publish them correctly and accordingly. Second thing, board meeting minutes are to be made to the public according to the Open Meetings Act requirements. This includes the final approved minute copies within 5 days of approval and proposed meeting minutes within 8-day meeting. All of the meeting minutes from the May 24 meeting were not made available within those parameters. I ask that the board follow the Open Meetings Act requirements for meeting minutes, and especially ask that the proposed minutes be made available on the website for the sake of transparency.
Any further public comment? Seeing none, move on to the public hearing for the 2024-2025 budget. The chair will accept the motion to open the public hearing.
I will make a motion to open the public hearing regarding the budget at 6:35.
Deputy Clerk please call the roll?
Arnold,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson. Aye.
All right, motion passes. May the clerk please read the public hearing notice?
Notice is hereby given that the Lenox Township Board of Trustees will hold a public hearing on the proposed township budget for the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 on Monday, June 3rd, 2024, beginning at 6:30 p.m. The property tax millage rate proposed is to be levied to support the proposed budget will be a subject of the hearing. The Lenox Township millage rate of 2024 is as follows. Township millage 1.000 mils, road millage 1.000 mils, library millage 1.5 mils, fire millage 3.5. All of the above rates will be subject to a headly roll if applicable. This notice is posted in compliance with the PA 267 of 1976 as amended and the Americans with Disabilities Act. The Township Board will provide necessary reasonable auxiliary aids and services such as signers for the hearing impaired and audio tapes of printed materials being considered at the meeting to individuals with disabilities upon 7 days notice to the Lenox Township Clerk.
Thank you. So as everyone has, and the board has, we've worked on this budget for a good month now. We have the final draft in front of us. There it is. It's looking for my executive stuff. So we're projected to bring in, for general fund, estimated revenues are 1.3 million. We do need to transfer some PTA to bring the just general fund balance back up, and also to fund the park access road. Road revenues projected to go up again as we continue to develop. Same thing with fire fund, liquor fund, monitoring fund, PTA fund, water sewer revenues. All in all, we should have around after everything, we should have around a surplus of 500,000. And if there's no comment, I will take a motion to close the public hearing.
Is it open for the public? Or are you guys just discussing?
Good. We discuss it, then there's public comment after.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing at 6:38. Second.
All right, I have a motion by the treasurer, supported by trustee Gurley. May the deputy clerk please call the roll?
Arnold,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye. Public comment on the budget? All right, 3-minute time limit.
Brianna Welch. I recently tried to obtain the budget information via FOIA about the proposed budget, the entire proposed budget that actually shows what all of the other funds and everything are included as well. I received no budget, I received no FOIA extension, I received no FOIA denial. I did not find the proper notice for the budget hearing was published in the local newspaper as required by state law, and notice on the township website was not published until May 30th at 7:19 p.m., less than 6 days before the public hearing. The proposed budget was nowhere to be found on the website or made available despite repeated emails to Mr. Reader, Ms. Lawson, and Linda Rowe. I don't feel it is appropriate that the board holds the hearing tonight because the public did not have adequate notice. I went through 3 different publications of the Voice News, found the synopsis of the Lenox Township minutes from the May meetings, but no public notice published. The law requires, Michigan law requires 6 days notice for the public to have opportunity to learn about the hearing and opportunity to review the budget, neither of which took place here. So I don't feel that it's appropriate that the board conducted this hearing tonight because I do not feel that the appropriate notification was given. And I ask that the board consider giving proper notice, making information available, and holding another hearing that the public has opportunity to come to. Thank you.
Any further public comment? All right, 3 minutes.
Paul Eisen, 68111 Patchett Road, Lenox. Just what looks like a mathematical error under fire fund revenues, line at there. You had a revenue of $988,000, appropriations of $1,189,000. I think that deficit would be closer to $210,000 instead of $410,000. Thank you. The math, the math just add up there.
Any further public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All items listed under this consent agenda are considered routine by the Township Board. It will be enacted by one motion. According to established Township meeting rules, there will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the board or public so requests to happen prior to the meeting, in which event the chair of the meeting may remove such items from the consent agenda for discussion and consideration under agenda item number 9 below. Approval of the consent agenda shall be by majority roll call vote of those present and voting.
For orders and bills, there is $424,318.14 to be approved at this time.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda and the orders and bills in the amount of $424,318.14.
Second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Arnold, supported by Clerk Lawson. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Arnold.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
Reader.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right, moving on to new business. Item A, 2023-2024 budget amendments. So it's just one budget amendment, I believe, or 2. I'm trying to find my paper. There we go. So it is a subtraction of $125,000 from capital outlay under building and grounds, addition of $30,000 to bookkeeping and accounting under professional services, addition of $47,500 to engineering under professional services, and addition of $47,500 to developer funded escrow under professional services, and then under the loan to Richmond Lennox EMS under Department 966, which is under PTA revenue. There should have been a $305,000 earmark that was not in the approved budget. That should be there.
I will make a motion to approve the amendments for the 2023-2024 budget as presented.
I have a motion by Clerk Lawson, supported by Treasurer Arnold. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Lawson.
Aye.
Arnold.
Aye.
Reader.
Aye.
Gurley. Aye. Clifford.
Aye.
Moving on, item B, 2024-2025 budget. If there's no discussion, I'll take a motion.
I will motion to approve the 2024-2025 budget as proposed.
I'll support that motion. I have a motion by the clerk, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Lawson,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
All right, moving on to item C, 2024-2025 wage schedule. As discussed, we implemented changes into the wage schedule that was discussed during the last budget workshop. There is the 3.2 cost of living adjustment for the hourly employees and an additional dollar just because the cost of living adjustment is a bit small compared to what they should be doing.
I just want to put it on the record that I do not feel these raise determinations are fair to all of our employees. I mean, this is our employees' livelihood, and to me, there's not enough justification for how we are determining who gets what raise.
If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the wage schedule recommendation as presented.
I'll support that motion. I have a motion by Treasurer Honnold, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Connell,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Lawson,
Because I do not feel these raises are fair to all employees, my vote is no.
Gurley.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, item D, 2024-2025 user charge rates for water service. Mr. Trombley, Mr. Tiff.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening. This is the annual update of our water and sewer rate calculation based on the rates that we received from GLWA. We have gone through and calculated the recommended rate for Lenox Township. Thank you. And we are recommending a slight increase this year, approximately 1.8%. Bringing the hour rate from $59.7 to $60.80 per 1,000 cubic feet for 2024-2025. And we're here tonight seeking board approval to make this in effect July 1st.
I do have one quick question. I don't mean to catch you guys off guard.
Yes, sir.
How does our rate compare to neighboring community rates? Are we higher? Are we lower?
Different communities have different mechanism of calculating their rates, but across the board, we are compatible mostly with the neighboring communities. Some of them are higher. Two, three communities over, they're way higher than our rates over here. We do account for service and supply rate and the debt service that we have. And that's all the calculation that you see every year. We try to catch up. Mostly these rates are just a simple pass-through with a 10% administration fees. So there's nothing magical about it.
Just making sure.
Appreciate the question.
If there's no further discussion from the board, I will entertain the motion.
A motion to approve the 2024-2025 user charge rates for water service
Second.
I have a motion by Treasurer Hall, supported by Trustee Clifford. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll?
Arnold.
Or Deputy Supervisor.
Arnold.
Aye.
Mr. Clifford. Aye. Ms. Lawson.
Aye.
Mr. Reader.
Aye.
Ms. Gurley.
Aye.
All right, item passes. Moving on to 2024-2025 user charge rates for wastewater disposal services. Mr. Trumbull, Mr. Safe.
Thank you again, Supervisor. Again, this is the same method that we look at the wastewater user charge rates, and we calculated the 2024-2025 recommended rate for the township. This year, this one experiencing a 2.4% increase, a slight increase again, as passed through Macomb County, and we are recommending that our rates go from $118.40 to $121.30 per thousand cubic feet for 2024 and 2025. And we're here tonight seeking board approval to adopt this rate to be effective July 1st.
If there's no discussion from the board, the chair will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the 2024-2025 user charge rates for water sewer disposal as presented by DPW Superintendent Trombley and Township Engineer Safe.
Second.
I have a motion by Clerk Lawson, seconded by Trustee Clifford. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll?
Lawson,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right, moving on, lift pump repair, Mr. Trombley.
Good evening. This past month, we had our contractor, Kennedy Industries, come out to our sanitary lift station, do our yearly pump maintenance like we've had them do in the past. Knowing this prior to their arrival, we wanted to pay special attention to one of our pumps because we've been experiencing untimes on it. Once we removed that pump and did a thorough inspection of it, basically it was worn out of tolerance. At that time, I made the determination to take our spare pump that we usually have in the station and install that pump to get things back up to running more efficiently. I did have them take that pump back to work up an estimate to do a total rebuild on it, which we've done with them in the past. They did come back to me with an estimate to rebuild that current pump, $11,495. If we were to proceed in rebuilding this pump, it would take this place of our spare pump in the station, barring we'd have a failure. Current pricing on a brand new pump is $1,000.
So significant savings.
Why this is quite significant savings to have it rebuilt. And like I mentioned, we've had them rebuilt numerous pumps for us in the past, and have always had. I'm not moving. So I would recommend we rebuild this pump through Kennedy Industries at this time. There is roughly a 6-week time frame to have that work done. It's even longer if we order a new pump. Then currently it would be without a backup pump.
Make a motion that we allow Kennedy Industries at the cost of $11,495 to replace this pump and the worn parts that's needed to do it at that cost.
I think it's repaired, not replaced.
Pardon?
I think it's repaired, not replaced, correct?
That's correct. It'd be a full rebuild.
Full rebuild, yeah, replaced.
Second.
I have a motion by Trustee Clifford, seconded by Clerk Lawson. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll?
Clifford,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye. All right, item G, seasonal DPW position proposed.
We have done this numerous years where we've employed a seasonal person, gives us another person to help out with our work. Given this is the peak time of the season, and especially years like this where the weather is just really hampering our efforts on a weekly basis. I would like to fill that position at this time. Person that I would like to entertain for this position is a person that we did interview when we were hiring for the full-time position earlier this spring. I have spoken with him. He is available and he is willing to take this position. Again, this would only be seasonal, so it would be 17 an hour, no benefits, and it would run till sometime in October once the workload dropped off. And just for the record, person that we interviewed and would be willing to accept it would be, he's a Village of New Haven resident. Seems very excited about the position.
Cam, I didn't catch the name, I'm sorry.
Anthony Rubio.
Okay.
Just messing with me. Oh, it's like talking. I'm not moving.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the DPW hiring of Anthony Rubio for a seasonal DPW position at the rate of $17 per hour, 30 hours a week if needed, with no benefits, and running until October or suggested by the DPW supervisor.
Second.
I have a motion by trustee Gurley, supported by clerk Austin. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
All right, moving on to item H, Township Office Interior Lighting Proposal. Mr. Brown.
Okay, what this proposal is, as you can see, the lighting in this room is very consistent with the lighting throughout the entire building. It's all fluorescent. Over the last couple of years, we've started to see quite a bit of failure in these fixtures, whether it be light bulbs or the other components like ballasts and starters and such. With the way that field is moving, a lot of these parts are becoming obsolete. Very hard to get. The ones that you can find are really poor quality in comparison of what they used to be, because this type of fixture is actually going away. LEDs are advanced so much in the last few years. Pricing has gotten a lot better. So I did contact 3 different contractors to give us quotes to change all these interior lights over to LED. What that means is basically they would take out the components like the ballasts and starters that are unnecessary, rewire the fixture, and then put new bulbs that are just LED direct wire. So the fixtures and everything would stay the same, but we're going to basically repurpose what we have. Like I had mentioned, I contacted 3 contractors. I got responses from 2. The low bid contractor also contacted DTE for the rebate program. So the low bid came in from B&A Electric at a cost of $27,888, with the application that was received from DTE, which is reserving $2,694.06 of a rebate if we move forward with this project. At this time, I would, with the cost savings involved, fixtures are roughly 17 years, and it's just something that we seem to constantly battle to keep going.
I agree with you, Cam. The normal life expectancy is no more than 20 years on these anything. So we're at 17, 18. We're down to the end of their useful life, even if you change it. I don't know. I make a motion we accept the bid of D&A at $27,888 to replace all the necessary parts and whatever.
I'll second.
I have a motion by trustee Clifford, second by treasurer Arnold. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Clifford,
Aye.
Connell,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Reader.
Aye.
Thank you very much. I will contact all these vendors tomorrow and get these projects moving. Thank you.
Moving on to item I, pickleball court cost proposal. Mr. Safe.
Thank you again, Mr. Supervisor. As directed by the board last month, we have come up with a preliminary layout for 2 courts between the senior center and the existing tennis court. And based on the layout and features requested, we are estimated roughly for a preliminary cost of the project about $250,000 as a budget. And this is proposed for the board tonight. If the board would like to move forward with the project, we need board approval to proceed with survey, design, final design, permitting, and bidding process.
I'll make a motion to authorize the township engineer to work in conjunction with the supervisor's office to proceed with a cost not to exceed $300,000.
Second.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by trustee Gurley. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Connell,
Aye.
Clifford.
Nay.
Thank you.
All right. Item J, building official employment contract. Mr. Graybaum.
Good evening, Board. This evening we bring the information forward to you. This is a request from the Supervisor's Office after going through some project information and through the MTA and some requirements. We are now requesting that the building official be moved from contractor position to an employee position with an employment agreement. As instructed through the MTA process, this is not an option. This is a requirement. The attached employment contract covers the township requirements and the necessary requirements under the state requirements. All items have been corrected and covered in the employment contract and have been spelled out for the operations position. As a building official, this places the building official as a department head. At this time, the Supervisor's Office is requesting the Board of Trustees to enter the agreement with the existing building official, Dennis Lemieux, has stated the contract for a 4-year term on an employment contract as an employee. As you'll see attached in the full employment contract with a description of work requirements is attached on the last page. Any questions or comments? I'm more than willing and open to answer those.
I just have a question. This says that his payment will include reimbursement for past liability insurance.
That is correct.
So we're gonna pay him back for something? Like
That is the liability insurance that we required him to cover as a contractor, which going back through these documents and the MTA, we were misconstrued and need to cover that item.
Okay, because I thought he was getting a stipend for that. Is that not accurate?
I don't believe so. The stipend started this year.
No, he's been getting a stipend.
For that, we'd have to go back.
He's
and-
been getting a stipend every month. I just kind of assumed that was to cover some of that, and I wasn't sure though.
I'd have to go back and verify that, Ms. Lawson, and then
I believe the
that.
stipend you're referring to is a monthly retainer stipend to keep him on as a contractor.
Okay, I gotcha. So
Okay.
that was separate.
Yes.
It wasn't for kind stipend for that mill? Okay.
No.
So we haven't been breaking any sort of rules or laws during this?
Yeah. That's why we're here correcting that this evening. As required under MTA, the building official must be an employee. Cannot be a contractor. And that was discovered as we were going through some,
How long has she been under contract as a vendor?
2 years?
Before I started, so
2.5 years.
at least February 2023, because that's when I started.
Not even a half year, or around 2.
Kathy, Ally would too, there should be a record of how long we've been paying.
February 3rd, 2022.
That's what we did. That's
When
what
we did all the contractor changes.
Yeah, all of them changed at the same time.
It hasn't been that long. It's been a couple of years, but
No more than 2.
no.
No more than what?
No more than 2.
How long has it been an MTA rule? Does anybody know that?
MTA rule, it's been there for quite a while. I mean, we can go back and guarantee the date when it was installed, but when we were notified of it, we immediately brought it forward to correct the issue.
Do you know what his stipend is right now? I can't off the top of my
I
head.
do not offhand because I don't touch the payroll.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
can't think off the top of my head right now, because $500 a week, it seems more than what he's getting now.
Well, you look at the hours that have changed, his requirements have changed to 4 hours a day. He's also our lead building official as required. We also have to have, you've got the change in that.
Because he still gets his $70 per inspection.
The inspection fees and the plan reviews are still the same. They did
Plus-
not go up.
Plus $500 per week.
Correct. That's his hourly, right, for the 4 days.
Okay. He does inspections in his 4 hours of working.
And in addition, there are some inspections outside of that time frame, depending on the residential time and so on and so forth. There are additional time frames, but that would not be an overtime rate. This is an employment contract,
Right.
so it is stated that way.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the employment contract for the building official, Dennis Lemieux, moving him from a contract employee to a township employee.
A second.
I have a motion by the chair, seconded by Treasurer Arnold. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Connell,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Clifford,
Nay.
Gurley.
All right, moving on. North Point Storage Conditional Rezoning Agreement Extension Request. Steve, do you have any comments on this one?
The attorney will speak on it.
Mr. Kendall?
Good evening, Gary Lenox on behalf of the petitioner. We had a conditional rezoning agreement in place. It was recorded with the registry of deeds, and I provided your office with a copy. But time has elapsed on it, so we're asking in my letter that it be extended for an additional 2 years. I'll prepare an amendment. I talked to Mr. Addis to reflect that extension, and Mike Lyon will sign it, and the township official can, and we'll get it recorded and get you a copy.
These type of things are completely normal. I have no objection, provided Mr. Addis reviews it.
I've talked to Mr. Henry now, I'll be happy to review what he submits, but I see no problem.
I will make a motion to approve a conditional rezoning agreement extension for North Point Storage for 2 years expiring January 1st, 2026.
I'll support that. I have a motion by the clerk, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Lawson,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Arnold,
Aye.
Clifford,
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Thank you.
Perfect timing. All right, item L, Parks and Recreation, Chapter 306 Amendment and Chapter 309 Proposal. So before you have separation as recommended by the Parks and Recreation Committee, separating the parks rules, ordinance, and separating and creating a new Parks and Recreation Department ordinance. Not much has changed. We are reducing the number of the Parks and Recreation Committee from 9 to 7, and also defining the duties of the Parks and Recreation Director better under the Parks and Recreation Department ordinance. We also did have to add a rule to the Parks rules regarding model rockets. They're technically supposed to be only around 300 feet away from either high transmission wires or a major highway. And of course, Gratiot, and we have the ITC eyesore down just down Gratiot. Yes. If there's no discussion, I'll take a motion.
Do you want to do these separate?
Yeah, let's do two separate motions.
I make a motion to approve the Parks and Recreation Ordinance, Chapter 306 Amendment, as recommended by Supervisor Reader.
I'll support. I have a motion by the treasurer, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll. And to clarify the motion is to approve the amendment to 306. I see confusion next to you, so.
Arnold,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Clifford.
Nay.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the creation of Chapter 309 titled Parks and Recreation Department Ordinance. Is there support on the motion?
Support word.
Second.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by Clerk Lawson. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Clifford,
Nay.
Arnold,
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right. Moving down to item M, Parks and Recreation concession stand purchase request. Mr. Graywell.
Good evening again, Board. This evening, the Supervisor's Office is coming forward for the Park and Rec Committee. So I was reading one. After discussion with the Parks and Rec Committee, the Supervisor's Office is bringing forth a request for equipment purchase for the concession stand in the park, with the Park and Rec Committee creating a policy for the use of the concession stand and the equipment within it. The Supervisor's Office is recommending for approval of the purchase of the following equipment in order to operate the concession stand. This evening, we're requesting approval for the following items: commercial food warmer display, $286.99, commercial convection oven, $639.99, stainless steel hot dog roller, $229.99, commercial grade nacho warming station, $233.99, 3-liter stainless steel warmer, $185.99, a 10-ounce countertop popcorn machine at $299.99, 2-door stainless steel commercial reach and refrigerator, $26.86, commercial ice cream maker, $1424.99. This is for a total cost of $5,983.93, plus any additional costs for shipping and handling at this point in time. With that, we'll bring it back to the board for any questions, comments, or entertain a motion.
There's no discussion, the chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the purchase of equipment for the park concession stand not to exceed $5,987.93, plus whatever shipping and shipping charges might be as recommended by the Supervisor's Office.
I'll support that motion. I have a motion by the Treasurer Arnold, supported by the Chair. May the Deputy Clerk please call the roll.
Arnold,
Aye.
Reader,
Aye.
Gurley,
Aye.
Clifford,
Nay.
Lawson.
Aye.
Moving on to item N, Lenox Township College Internship Program proposal. Mr. Greenwell.
Good evening, board. This evening, the Township Office, Supervisor's Office is proposing the creation of a college-paid internship program here at Lenox Township. The program will employ 2 full-time college students to assist in the day-to-day duties here at Town Hall for all departments. The requirements would be that they have a full-time college student presence, which they will have to provide proof of enrollment in their class hours, and be a Lenox Township or Village of New Haven resident. This program will provide the students with basic office experience, something that many employers are looking for entry-level positions of a day-to-day operations. The Supervisor's Office is asking for the authorization and approval of the following: the creation of the Lenox Township College Internship Program, 2 full-time college students who reside in Lenox Township must provide proof of enrollment, hired and continued as an intern if they, in class hours before being hired, and to continue as an intern if they choose to stay longer than a year. Rate of pay, $17 an hour, subject to yearly COLA if they intern longer than 1 year. No paid time off, no insurance offered. Summer schedule sets as of May 1st to September 1st, Monday through Thursday. Winter schedule set as December 15th to January 15th. Interns will receive paid holidays if it falls under a normally scheduled workday. Interns shall report to the Supervisor's Office with disbursement to the area and for support. The authorization of the Township Supervisor to hire and dismiss the interns at will basis of written notification to the Board of Trustees. Then I'll bring it back for any questions or comments.
For the paid holidays, are some of our employees, like the seasonal employee, he wouldn't get paid holidays, so I kind of feel like it's a little bit unfair. intern would be paid holidays and our actual employee wouldn't.
You can amend this if you,
It can always be amended that they don't receive paid holidays.
Okay. Because we don't get like holiday pay unless it falls on a normally scheduled workday anyways. We do not get like observed holidays, so.
Correct. That's how it was written in here.
right.
Well, it says on a normally scheduled holiday, we don't get them regardless if they're not. But I don't think it's fair. $17 seems a little bit high too.
I mean, we did just approve a seasonal worker at the same rate,
Right, but these are interns.
and they'll be working around the same time. It's a paid internship. I think it's more than fair to bring them in if they're gonna be coming in, working in the office, especially if we just approved a seasonal DPW at 17. I think it's more than fair that they also receive 17 an hour.
Last year, didn't we approve starting wages for all employees at 17?
Correct.
Yeah, but these aren't employees, they're interns. Some internships aren't even paid, so, I mean, they're not gonna be learning and doing things long-term for us. They're gonna
With the
be,
cost of living today, I mean, how could you honestly justify paying them less?
but they're interns. It's not like this is like an employee that we're hiring to stay with us for a long time. I mean, a seasonal
There
employee.
are paid internships out there. There
Oh, I
are unpaid
understand.
internships. This was
I'm just
a
saying,
paid
compared
internship.
to like our actual employee, 17 feels like a lot for an intern. Just my opinion. You don't have to have the same opinion, I'm just saying.
Do keep in mind that all those employees or interns that we bring in here must sign confidentiality agreements, must sign all the background requirements. So just keep that in mind. This is a much more required item than most of other areas. McDonald's does not require you to sign confidentiality agreements.
No, but they also don't employ interns.
No, they hire them.
They hire them.
If there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to approve the creation of a college internship program beginning with 2 college students adhering to the following requirements as recommended by the supervisor's office. 2 full-time college students who reside within Lenox Township or the Village of New Haven. Rate of pay of $17 per hour. No paid time off. No health insurance offered. No paid holiday. Summer schedule set May 1st to September 1st, Monday through Thursday, normal office hours. December 15th, January 15th, also no normal office hours. And they will report to the supervisor's office.
I will second that.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by the treasurer. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Connell,
Aye.
Clifford,
Nay.
Lawson,
If the rate was a little bit lower, I would say yes, but I'm gonna vote no.
Gurley.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item 2024 right-of-way Phragmites treatment cost share.
Good evening, board. Evening, we're actually kind of excited to bring this program forward. This is a request from the supervisor's office to add the following Phragmites treatment program to our agenda this evening. This is a request to participate in the following program as you see attached to the work control of the ditch areas in the right-of-way of Macomb County roads. This is the first time we've seen this program coming forward, being recommended by the Macomb Department of Roads for the right-of-ways. As we look at this, this is a huge safety item. They can go through, they can cut these things down, they come back. I mean, look out front. Right here in our own pond, we've got them out of control. Even though some people think they're designed that way, in the ditches, they become a safety issue. You look at the railroad crossings here that run throughout our township, you can't get up close enough. We can't get CNN in here fast enough each year to cut these things down. This is not a guarantee that they're all going to go away. This is a guarantee of some type of control process. This evening, we have an attached document for the board that was there for review, for participation in the Phragmites program with the Lake St. Clair and the right-of-way partner circle of Six Rivers Land Conservancy. This evening, we're requesting not to exceed the cost of $10,000 for the entire township. There is a $250 design research so that they can go through and see exactly what the 36 square miles are being impacted. The $250 is non-returnable, as you see in the additional documents that are provided with you. Macomb County is also going to be paying 50% of all the treatment costs. So with any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to bring it back, but I do believe, looking at this, I'd like the board to look serious as a safety item as we travel the roads throughout the township.
Mr. Kramer, where does it say that Macomb's participating?
If you had the packet early enough to read it, in the first paragraph, which is predicted upon participation by the Macomb County Department of Roads, who will pay 50% of all treatment costs for the treatment within the right-of-way partner boundaries. Very first paragraph on page 2 of the document. $2,024 right-of-way of Phragmites treatment cost, just below the open spaces where the agreement made this day. Okay.
If there's no discussion on the item, I'll make a motion to approve the 2024 right-of-way Phragmites treatment cost share agreement with Six Rivers Land Conservancy and Macomb County right-of-way treatment and the Macomb County right-of-way treatment cost share program and the Macomb County Department of Roads, who will pay 50% of all treatment costs. Lenox Township agrees to provide a refundable deposit. A refundable deposit of $250 and a cost non-refundable. Sorry, it's been a long day.
I will second that.
A long day, Bert.
To add on a cost not to exceed $10,000.
Second, yes.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by the clerk. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Connell, Gurley, Clifford.
Nay.
All right, item P, 2024 MTA annual membership dues.
Good evening, board. This evening, the supervisor's office is bringing forward the annual invoice for the MTA membership dues. Requesting this evening that the Lenox Township Board of Trustees approve a cost of $7,318 for our annual membership dues with the Michigan Township Association. These dues are projected and done based upon the number of residents within the township. So each township does in fact have different numbers. A very small township has a few $1,000s. We are medium-sized, and some of our neighbors next door and close to us are well in the $20,000 numbers as membership dues. As we've seen, the MTA is a huge benefit throughout the township with a number of support items and information that they return to us, which is greatly worked with. Any questions or comments? We'll bring that back to you.
If there's no discussion, the chair will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the Michigan Township Association annual membership dues at the cost of $7,318.
I'll support that. I have a motion by the treasurer, supported by the chair. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Connell.
Aye.
Reader.
Aye.
Gurley.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Clifford.
Aye.
All right, item Q, 2024 SEMCOG annual membership.
Good evening, board. Once again, coming forward as the invoice is due for SEMCOG, which is known as the Southeastern Michigan Council of Governments. This is an annual membership dues. These dues are at $1,469. What I would end is the variation and difference. Michigan Township Association supports us on a number of items. SEMCOG works with us on a number of projects. We get a number of the grants brought back to us. We've always been made aware. These are two great organizations. These are the only two organizations that the township recognizes and utilizes, although they are separate entities and both support separate items for us. So at this point in time, this is coming back to the Board of Trustees with a request for approval of $1,469 for SEMCOG.
If there's no discussion, I'll make a motion to approve the Southeastern Michigan Council of Governments annual membership dues at the cost of $1,469.
Second.
I have a motion by the chair, supported by the clerk. May the deputy clerk please call the roll.
Reader.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Clifford.
Nay.
Gurley.
Aye.
Connell.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Thank you.
Moving on, item 12, public comment. All right, there is a 3-minute time limit.
Hello, Board. Janet Hartman from Lenox Township. Going back to item N for the internship, I believe Ms. Lawson was correct in giving less pay because you gave the option to join full-time afterwards. When you join full-time, you expect a bump in pay. $14, $15 would have been plenty for an internship. Thank you.
Oh.
Hi, I've never done anything like this before. My life is almost over, so it doesn't matter for me, but I'm trying to fight for my children, your grandchildren, my grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. They've been dumping. If you look up on Google chemtrails, they say it's a conspiracy theory, but it is not. They're dumping poison on us, and they've been doing it since the Vietnam War. It's so, they're doing it to the whole country. So far, 3 states have totally banned them, and 8 more are fighting to ban them. If any state should ban the stuff that they're dumping on us, it should be Michigan, because we're surrounded by the biggest freshwater system in the whole world. And I just read an article the other day about how all of our lakes, all of them, they have a toxic foam floating. And I think it's time for the people, and they said to start with your local township. It's time for us to stand up and stop this. We are eating it, drinking it, breathing it. We're totally living in it, and it's time to stop it. Out in California,
Their forests, the bark is literally falling off the trees out there because they can't
drink any water because the system where they draw the water up is full of metal. They can't, they're dying, the forests are dying of thirst. And these companies that are dumping this stuff on us are, they're not just killing us, they're killing the earth that we live on. So I think that Michigan should join the other states and start fighting back and see if we can ban this and stop them from dumping this. So it's up to you guys. Your job is to protect the people. So I don't know what the next step would be, and I'm willing to fight it if you guys are. I think that we should all stand behind one another and stop this craziness that's going on as far as these chemtrails. The steam, they're not just dumping it what you can see, the lines. The steam from the actual planes are gone within 3 to 5 minutes. Those lines that you see up there are the metals in boron. There's a whole the list of what they're dumping. And it's ridiculous. I don't know what to say. I'm not a speaker, but I think that the future of our state, the future of our beautiful Great Lakes, the future of our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids, it needs to stop before they ruin our whole state. And so I hope you guys will look through that. That's just a drop in the bucket of stuff that I could gather out. I don't even have a computer, I just have my phone. And it's to show you that other states are already fighting this, and I pray that every bands together here in Michigan joins the fight. So I appreciate you letting me speak, and truly hope that we do something about this.
Any further public comment? All right, there's a 3-minute time.
Okay, I've never done this before either, so my friend is my inspiration, and we've been talking about this for a long time. A lot of people think that chemtrails are a conspiracy theory, but if you go on the internet, there is so much information about what they're spraying. Part of it involved trying to block out the sun, trying to create more atmosphere because we have a problem with the ozone layer. Some doctors will tell you we have more cancer because the ozone layer is depleted. We have a hole in the ozone layer. But that's not just the only problem with it. The chemicals that they're spraying have aluminum in them. There's a whole list of chemicals that they found in these chemtrails or in the ground, and it's getting in our food because, of course, it comes down in the rain, and it's in the rainwater and our well water. But anyway, the aluminum causes Alzheimer's. There's a big jump in Alzheimer's because of aluminum. But also, they have nanoparticles in it. Nanoparticles, which are like, graphene oxide. They found all kinds of things. But the graphene oxide in the chemtrails, when it gets into your body, the nanoparticles will actually assemble in your body. They actually look for each other, and it actually assembles little strings in your body. That's what they're finding. So the graphene oxide can also be used. People will say this isn't a conspiracy theory, but I think we need to be aware of what people are talking about. But they say that they can use this graphene oxide as an antenna for internet. You can actually use, we have wireless in the air around us. So the wireless is like a signal that causes the graphene oxide to assemble, and it can be used as a person-to-person wireless, to promote wireless if you don't have antennas or whatever. I've been reading a lot about all these different things that they've been doing experiments on. But the biggest thing that, that really disturbs me is the fact that they keep calling it a conspiracy theory. And there is a video out by Robert Kennedy Jr., who's running for president, and he's been called a conspiracy theory because of his stance on vaccines. Well, he just had a fellow talking about geoengineering and talking about these various things that they're dumping in the air. So he's quite a person of stature who's talking about this now, and also there's all these other states that are banning it. So I think it's something that everybody should look into. Thank you. So I'm just kind of nervous, but thank you for listening.
I'm sorry, but they call it now actually stratospheric aerosol injection. So if you look up chemtrails on the internet, they'll tell you that it's just a conspiracy theory, but it's not. And what you're seeing is not just what they're dumping. 50,000 feet up above the clouds, they're dumping it even worse, where you can't see it. It's just out of control. It's out of control. People need to stop.
Any further public comment? All right, item 13, call from the board. All right, moving on to item 14, adjournment.
I will make a motion, we adjourn at 7:45.
I have a motion by Treasurer Hummel, supported by Trustee Gurley. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.